1, 2, 3, clap. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast, over there in Scotland with a giant packet of confectionery swine. That's Brogan Hastings. I almost said bovine Hastings.
And over there squeezing his little rubber swine to death that's Wayne Juvenazzi.
Excuse me?
I
What?
used that. That's against my will. I ran that past Wayne before I said it and he told me to do it. I will not take responsibility for that.
That still surprised me. You added an extra couple of words there.
No, I didn't.
Okay, sure. Deny it. I don't know. Maybe it was the little part that threw me a bit. No, look, it is a little swine. The squishy
He's
tofu.
so cute, though.
Like, we'll have to post him on the socials. We didn't have any social posting last week. Did you notice that?
I did wonder. Well, last week we had, a big one to post. So
Yeah, that's right. That covered socials and bonus content. Technically, the us playing You Lying Sack.
Yeah,
which
that's great fun.
I did see Exploding Kittens like that tweet, which made me feel a little bad for calling them out for not having stock to sell me in Australia of anything. I mean, like, WTF, Exploding Kittens? What the hell is up with that?
Mm-hmm.
That was good that at least some people see our stuff. Oh, but speaking of Exploding Kittens, I meant to talk about this, but we didn't really have the time last week anyway. When we were talking about You Lying Sack coming from Exploding Kittens, I think maybe before the show, I was telling you how I'd done stuff for Exploding Kittens in the past.
This rings a bell, yes.
Yeah. It sounds more cool than it is because I didn't really do things for them. But like, because I backed the initial Kickstarter of Exploding Kittens, I think I was on a email list for I don't know the way to put it. I guess a way to appeal to them to get stuff, I guess, is the way to put it. Yeah, I guess. Right. Yeah. Anyway, what I ended up doing, I did a drawing of a cat, like, all happy, saying, like, please love me or something like that, to try and get attention from them. And and basically they were saying this without knowing what it was for, right? Mm-hmm. And it was... one, to test out, be a beta tester for the Exploding Kittens expansion pack, cool. Where you test out their new cards, which was like pre-production, like just like quickly scribbled cards, mass produced. So not like the full color game cards that they are, along with blank cards where you could make up your own cards and rules and then also submit them for them to, which people did, and they made it into the game as well. But not just that, you mentioned the Exploding Kittens app as well. It's like, we can play Exploding Kittens online. It's like, I was beta testing that as well. So I'm well versed in the Exploding Kittens app and game. But that was all. I thought that was kind of cool.
Very cool.
But that was also long before like doing real comics and all that as well. So that was,
back in the day.
I'll see if I can find the picture that I sent them, and if I think it's okay enough to post, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. My pig right now is doing forward roly-polies. This pig
I should probably... I'll let you go first.
I was just going to say, this pig is the equivalent of Penn's breast implant. Because it doesn't make a noise. It's malleable and fun to play with while talking.
It's a fidget toy.
Yes, yeah. It's a squishy, like a stress relief ball. It is
like a mini breast implant.
It's for 3+, pull, heal emotions, quick recovery. That's what it says on the front. And it's a cute tofu-like pinching toy, venting your anger on me. I'm not angry, Squishy Piggy. I'm just happy to touch you. That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound right.
No,
mine's... I should clarify, my confectionery swine are not for me, showing them off, because I've started the process of buying things to take to Vegas.
Yes. Yep. We're both doing that. For the 1 is the tribute, and 2 is gifts for friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, we do not include Ice Cream Social and that Gifts for Friends list because they are the tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to pay tribute to them.
Yeah.
But I just realized we can't really talk about what they are, which sucks. What can we talk about? Oh,
I will say it's been weird. It's been weird going into like Scottish souvenir shops to find specific things.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I would never ever go in these shops before because I'm Scottish. Why would I? But I did see that bagpipes were on sale. Bagpipes are pretty cheap.
How many did you buy?
I haven't bought any, but I did look at them because you can buy them in different tartans. So I was like, ooh.
Have you ever touched bagpipes before that day?
Have I touched or have I played? I have held bagpipes. I have not played bagpipes.
Okay, well, touched, held, that's fine. That's why I wasn't asking if you'd played them. I didn't assume you had. Yeah. But that would be racist of me, just to assume that you've played the bagpipes.
Although I will say when, because I go up to these shops on my lunch break, and the way that I get to these shops is it's up the hill and it's on a place called the Royal Mile, which is the point I get to, if you go up, you're at Edinburgh Castle, and go down, you go into the shops, and there is a piper that stands at that crossroad bit and plays the bagpipes, and I was like, I feel very Scottish right now.
There's a guy who busks street performer busking, in Fremantle, right, in WA, and I think there may have been a guy in Vegas doing this as well, playing the bagpipes, but the bagpipes are flammable, right? Ooh. So the flames come out of the pipe part, not the bag part. That makes sense. I just realized
the actual bagpipe itself is not on fire.
No. I just realized bagpipes are like named specifically for what it is, bag and pipes. How have I never known that before? But very reminiscent of the giant mantis at the... Help me out here. What's it called? Fremont Street Experience, but in that shopping precinct. What's it called?
Yeah.
Shipping container?
Yeah, Container Park or something.
Container Park, yeah, that's it. It reminds me of that. That's all.
I love that thing.
It was a lot closer to Fremont Street Experience than I thought it was. Because I only saw it when we went to Cheap Shot to see Misbehaves All Stars or whatever it's called. Because it was you could hear it and see it and almost feel the heat from it from there. Oh
God, yeah. Because I went to see it on my lonesome after you and Kes had left, maybe on the Tuesday, and I went down to Container Park and went to the pin shop, and I specifically went down to see the mantis, and I was too early for it, so I was up in one of the containers because there's for anybody who's not been to Container Park, there's a couple of containers along the top that have sort of windows out where you can sit and sort of lean and watch and the heat coming off that thing, holy shit.
And you're already in fucking Vegas where it's hot enough.
Well, exactly. It's you think you're far enough away and then you're like, I am not.
I think we're burying the lead a little bit. Basically, it's this gigantic praying mantis sculpture, animatronic kind of thing that moves around and shoots fire out of its head and maybe face to in time to music. Like head antlers, head mandibles. Yeah. So they'll play music and it will be blowing out this fire. That's why it made me draw parallels to the bagpiper with the flaming pipes, because that's obviously in time to the music. I did notice, it took me half a second to realize you said pin shop, not the pen shop.
Yeah.
Is the teller shop next door? It's just slightly smaller. That almost hurt you, I think, thinking about a shop dedicated to teller.
Yeah, it did. Hurt me deep in my soul that it does not exist.
I'm sorry about that.
But I'm quite excited to go back there because I got some stuff there from an artist who I now follow on Instagram and Matt, and he does some cool stuff and he's made figures. And I'm like, I want to see if those figures are still in Vegas when we go.
Oh, are they Penn and Teller figures, are they?
They're not. They're off his own comic series, and I want to say it's something assault. But it's like, it's people with chicken masks on. And it sounds so stupid, but it's good. I swear it's good.
See, you're a good person. The artists that you meet abroad, you follow, you keep tabs on. Me, I was meant to do that with one specific guy. He even gave me his business card. Granted, I had gotten into my cups at Hot Tub with Kurt and Kristen, and I think I've told that story on another podcast where I made a fucking ass of myself. So I think that's why I didn't sort of follow up on this guy, just in case he's like, oh yeah, I remember that arsey.
Well, what I will say, his name is Matt Ortego. And he does a comic series called Cornish Assault, self-published. But the first 2 issues were in House of 1,000 Pins, and I bought them, and I quite liked it. He does some weird stuff, but he also made some what's it called, Doro Hedoro pins, and I like Doro Hedoro.
I said yes because I think I know what it is.
You were with me when I bought one of the Doro Hedoro pins.
Yes. Yeah, get your pin board. Come on, pull it down. Pull down your pin board. Let's see
the pin boards.
Multiple.
Vegas specific, yeah. So that's
I can see the shark. What's inside its mouth?
A head.
It looks like Krang. Krang's body.
No, it's a scene from Doro Doro where that character is in a shark outfit, and she's doing little dance at the baseball.
So basically doing the Katy Perry shark dance then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll find the panel and send it to you. But I also got that one as well, which I didn't realise until after I'd already decided I was going to buy it because I like the colours. It's Dragon Ball! Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta!
Oh, Vegeta. What's the horse? What's the horse one? We're going to have to post all these on social.
So to take Doro Doro, I've got Gar down there.
Gar.
I've got
I was there when you bought Gar.
You were there when I bought this one as well. That's I will shit on everything you love with a little pigeon on it. The Vegeta van, everything. This is fine. Pin.
This is fine. Dog on fire. Yeah.
Yep. This one is from Dust Biters. So the game that was made by 8-Bit. I was on the.
I said yep and have no fucking clue.
Kickstarted card game thing.
Okay.
That might actually. Do you know what? I've got 2 copies of it. I will bring one to Vegas, give it to you, and then we might be able to play it on this podcast.
Okay, cool.
But that was one of the rewards.
What's on your other pin board?
The other one is specifically Vegas places. So we've got 2 Penn and Teller pins.
Yep.
Got the one for the Rio, which I got at House of 1,000 Pins, and it was like, I must have this. 2 Hard Rock Cafe ones, one with a little moving the roller coaster from New York. Area 15.
Yep. I didn't get anything from Area 15, I don't think. I should have.
Nothing.
No, I must have got something. Oh, I got I got Omega Mart stuff. So you got the Vegas Knights.
Vegas Golden Knights jersey pins. They were actually on sale. That's why I got them. I think I got them in the Luxor, and they were down from like $8 to $2. And I'm like,
you made it to the Luxor.
I did, because that's where Myra was staying.
Oh,
so
really?
I had to go there and get my COVID test.
Of course, yeah. We didn't make it to the Luxor. I still need to get there.
Yeah, the Luxor was all right actually, and Henderson Silver Knights.
Yes, Henderson Silver Knights. Which I think are we going to do that? Are we going to go see a Silver Knights game?
I think if we can, I think it would be cool.
Yeah,
because I think hockey is cool in general.
I'm going to go get my pins now as well. Ooh. So you just riff for a while.
I loved House of 1,000 Pins. I loved Matt Ortega. I would have bought so many more fucking pins if I could have. I just like collecting little things. They make me happy. They make me so happy.
All right. Well, these aren't all of my pins, but I've got the same. One of them's missing. Oh no, I've got the same Penn and or Teller pins, of course, from Penn and Teller. Oh, I've got this one from you, the Iron Brew, and I forget what those little things are called.
I forgot to send you that.
Yeah. I don't have it with me right now, but I've got the Highland Coup pin over there as well.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got this one from the Nintendo New York store, which is a little Bowser pin, which I wore at Christmas on my lapel, and no one noticed.
It's bigger than I thought it was.
Oh, right. It should have easily been seen.
Yeah.
I've got a little toon link, which is from... Where did I get the toon link? Was that with you at the comic book store? I think it might have been. In
possibly.
Vegas. Possibly. I've got a Tanuki Mario, which is from Little Tokyo, downtown LA. Cute. I do like this one. And then I've got a Piff and Puddles Misery Loves Company pin as well. Now that is a big pin. Cool. Like in comparison to the Bowser, it's like twice the size.
Huge.
It is huge. It's
How
bigger than my eye.
Is it as big as the Penn and Teller bigger one?
No, it's not. It's maybe as tall. No, not quite. The Penn and Teller one is huge.
Yeah.
They're my pins that I've got from travel, at least. I've got other ones. They sit around this place. Mostly video game related pins from my game days. Yeah.
I do like collecting pins. I think they're cool. I want more.
We're talking a lot about Vegas, I think, because we're getting closer to us actually getting back there.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. We're still not dropping dates though, so
no.
we'll talk coyly a little bit still.
Yeah.
But we're talking about Cheap Shot. I was talking about Cheap Shot, and I think I sent you this a picture of it. They're doing at the moment throughout January. Thursday nights is like Bowie Spectacular Night. Brogan almost died. We'll cut that out. Which is just not only is it. I don't know the details. I don't know if it's one person or multiple acts doing Bowie songs. But it's also got Spadoni on the keys.
Woohoo! We love Spadoni.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. we do love Spadoni. That is correct.
Spadoni is responsible for one of my favourite Vegas memories that has nothing to do with ICS or Penn and Teller.
Still, hell of a night, that one.
Feeling up the bloody lift like Jesus Christ, man.
We do have to be quiet. We have to be on the hush-hush of that. But no, it would be because Spadoni also performs at the Laundry, which is like next door to Cheap Shot, and he also performs at Cheap Shot. What I'm saying is he does all this performing around town and still haven't managed to get to see him.
Yeah.
That's all. Except, outside of ICS events.
Yeah.
I mean, I could not tell you the number of times I've seen him play the Bucket Show theme.
Yeah.
This is a good thing. Yeah. I assume composed
It is.
by Michael Spadoni himself.
We're assuming
Could be wrong.
But yeah, no, he's definitely one that if he's playing when we're there, he is on the list to go.
Yeah. I'm sure we can work it. We'll reach out to him, and I'm sure he'll be like, this is where I'll be on these nights. But anyway, I'm hoping that when we're there, which is not in January, unfortunately, that they're still doing this Bowie night, because I would enjoy that.
That'd be cool. We're both fans of Bowie.
I didn't start my timer. That is very bad. I have no idea how long we've been going.
There's a timer on Zencaster, so you have a rough idea.
No idea. I don't, because I've been recording bonus content for a long time. So, dear listener, this episode may be extremely short. It may be extremely long. I'm not too sure.
We have no idea at this point.
Yep. I'm sure there's a way I could find out, but that would require effort, and we're not about that effort.
No.
Right. Moving on. Let's stick with Vegas, hey? Vegas talk. You've seen the video now as well of Magical Man David Blaine.
Yes, I have.
Motherfucker. Wow. You see, your reaction was, I have a new level of respect for David Blaine. It didn't go down for me, but it didn't go up.
I think we should give a bit of context as to what the video we've actually seen is.
Yes. So
the video is of him performing a trick where there's 3 polystyrene cups on stage. There's a knife under one of them. He has 2 audience members up on stage. He has his hands on 2 of these polystyrene cups. He goes to crush them. One is crushed. The other unbeknownst to him, has the knife in it, and he stabs himself in the hand.
To his credit, the foam cup did crush a couple of millimeters. A little. It crushed a little.
Yeah. But there was a lot of force behind it, because you could tell with the other one.
Well, yeah.
So my point is, the reason my respect goes up is because it was very much, it took me a second to realise that wasn't part of the show. Because it was like, oh, okay. Right? I'm thinking, it's faked or whatever, he just can't crush the cup. I don't know. It was something else, but it was
10
like,
ply, bud.
Well, that happened, right? Okay, cool. And it was still very calm and collected. Did get somebody to come out and wrap his hand, because you could see his hand; it was covered in blood.
It was piss and
He
blood.
He did literally stab his hand.
Yeah, and he kept on saying, "Well, that wasn't great, was it?" I think that's what he was saying. Well, that wasn't great.
Yeah,
that wasn't
but
great.
It was kind of in a laughy way, like, "Well, that wasn't great, was it?"
See, now the thing about this trick is, I don't know if it's true. I don't know where I heard it, but I've heard somebody say that this is the trick that goes wrong the most for magicians.
Yeah,
is this hand stab on a spike, on a knife, whatever. To his credit, it happened to him, and he wasn't doing it to somebody else's hand, because I've seen those videos as well.
Yeah.
And that's and I don't know how that goes with acceptability of liability when and the level of danger expected when being invited up on stage.
I think there is only one magician who could do that to me, and I wouldn't sue.
Hang on, let me guess. Master Magician Lance Burton.
2 magicians I wouldn't sue.
Okay, hang on, let me get the other one. Oh, of course, Chris Angel.
No, he would just look at me and I'd sue his fucking ass. No, that's I joke. For legal reasons, that was a joke.
Yes. We are still going to try and get to Kablip if it exists, if it is in fact not burnt down.
Yeah. But there's only one person who could do that to me, and I wouldn't sue.
Yes.
Or sue's quite a harsh word, but
hate. You would not hate them. If a magician did it to you. Yeah, if a magician did it to you, you'd probably no longer be a fan of that magician unless it was Teller.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. All right. See, the thing with that trick is, though, when it's, of course, the audience are kind of like, oh, did it really fuck up, or is this real? It's easy to tell, because I don't believe he's a comedy magician or a shock magician, really, is he? He's more of a straight up weird sometimes and stunt, I guess, magician.
Yeah, his stuff's, I think, closer to geek tricks.
Yeah, exactly.
Which geek tricks are not actually tricks; they are actually being done. Like fire eating is a geek trick, for those who don't know. Yeah,
as opposed to Mr. Brian Brushwood, who does this same trick, but you can tell that it is accidentally messed up.
It's a routine.
Because it's a gag, it's a gimmick, it's a gaff. It looks like that. It's like Penn and Teller hand stab. He's got the top of a knife sticking out of his hand, and blood pissing out everywhere. Which it's his routine, it's his bit. But it's been a long time since I've seen it. But when he was on America's Got Talent, and he did that bit, right? The judges are just fuckwits, because they didn't realize that was the act, and they, as soon as the mistake happened, they buzzed him. It's like, that does not make much sense.
I haven't seen the AGT bit, but all the clips I have seen are back when he had spiky hair. Did he have spiky hair on AGT?
Frosty tips.
There's frosted tips.
Oh man, I've known about Brian Brushwood for a long time, since like Scam School days and that, and I didn't really pay attention to like Great Night and Night Attack and all that, because I sort of forgot about him. But he was still in my subscription list, but nothing was happening on Scam School, so I didn't really know what was going on with him. And that was early days of YouTube, really.
I think I wouldn't be surprised to find I had seen videos of his stuff, but I don't remember. to be honest. But I think that serves me better now, because now I can go back and enjoy it all for the first time, essentially.
Yeah.
Or have been able to do that, rather.
I'll be honest, I don't think I would have the same Stockholm syndrome as I do if spiky hair, frosty tip Brian Brushwood kidnapped us, as opposed to modern rogue Brushwood.
I mean, I don't know. I will love Brian forever just for the first line he ever said to us, which is fucking iconic.
So I believe it was along the lines of, right, so when did we last meet? Or something like that. Or how do I know you? What was it? I think it was...
when was the last time we saw each other?
Yeah, that's it.
And he literally picked up his chair and turned it, plonked it down.
Yeah. Physically lifted the chair.
The vibes, it was all perfect.
Yeah.
Like, we've never met, Brian, but you do know me.
I feel like that is, it must be his go-to for everyone that is not sure if he's met before.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good way to do it. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas my go-to is pretend that I'm familiar with you. And that way, if you're doing the same, then I assume that I know you, but I don't remember you. So I'm just going to play along until something clicks in my head.
Mine says don't speak until spoken to.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Because I'm assuming if you're speaking to me, then you have at least an idea of who I am, or you assume that you know who I am.
See, that was a tough one for you, because at Scoopfest, everyone came up to you and said, fuck you in the face, or some variation of, because that's what you said to give them a sticker pack or whatever, little gift pack. Because, look, everyone at Scoopfest was aware of Brogan, so... Yeah. I think,
which is weird.
My logic is flawed.
Which is weird in a cool way.
Yeah.
It's very strange to have an entire room of people know who you are without knowing who you are.
Yeah. It would be kind of weird.
Yeah. Like, even when Matt said, when we went to the turn and Matt was like, oh yeah, because you're documenting your trip, because the amount of people that said, oh, Brogan's here, and I'm like, did they?
Yeah.
What?
He even referred to you as standout star of Scoopfest 2022.
Breakout star, Scoopfest 2022. Yeah.
I knew from before we even got there that was going to be the case, because
I did not.
You not familiar with previous Scoopfests is why you were not expecting it, I think, because you've had the likes of Akshay before. So it's... I had an inkling that it was going to be the case, especially because you've got some interesting stories that you've sent into the guys to be read out, and you've done so much artwork for them as well. So yeah, it was expected.
But I think I'm glad I didn't know or expect it. It was a nice surprise. It was a good time.
I think it would be weird to go into it expecting it. For anyone, it's like, oh,
look if anybody had warned me that this might happen.
Oh, okay, yeah,
that's kind of what I mean. Yeah,
it's when did Matt say that? Was that during the Totally Real does exist, Matt Donnelly? Was it during Scoopfest, or was it during pre-Scoopfest churn visit?
Pre-Scoopfest churn visit, and I will say I did not believe him.
Yeah, you still had no fucking clue.
No.
Yeah, it was from a I don't know. I'm not saying outsider's view, from another perspective, knowing what was going to happen. Yeah. Yep. And I was just there for the ride.
Are you glad I forced my friendship on you now?
No, I was quite happy. I was quite happy being the person that was referred to as, oh, you're that guy. Or as RJ put it, that Wayne.
Oh, RJ.
Yeah.
We do love Uncle RJ.
I feel like I haven't spoken to RJ in a long, long time.
No.
Even online.
He went live. Last time he went live, we were recording.
Yeah, that's right.
So if he goes live now, we're bringing it up.
Yeah. How did that work? I guess we could open up Instagram on a browser, record. Yeah, it's doable. I think so.
It's probably doable.
Yeah, somehow. Do you know what they would sell at the Telestore? There's a video game that they would have to sell. Well, one of multiple. This is a terrible angle I'm going for. It's a terrible angle. All right, let's do it. You give the answer you think I would give to be like an arsehole, all right? If they're at the Telestore, what one video game would they sell?
I don't know where this... I genuinely don't know where this is going, so
well,
no.
If it was me, I would have said something, oh yeah, it must be Penn and Teller VR, or that Penn and Teller, what was the Sega game that
Smoke
never
and
released?
Mirrors.
Smoke and Mirrors, yeah. Borderlands 3, that's all. It's a way to get to Borderlands 3. Yeah. That's all. Because after talking about your Penn and Teller bi-weekly bit last week, the Pain and Terror and the Ramsden?
Yep.
Yeah, Ramsden art. I had to go and play the Ramsden mission because I had never done it before. And I realized that I didn't even know what the content of the mission was, as in like the storyline or anything. It's a side mission, small mission.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
it was good. It was good seeing it unfold. And I have to say, like the voice acting is top notch in Borderlands 3, but
yeah,
it's a different tier when with Teller, isn't it? It's just something else.
I mean, I don't know if it's because he doesn't talk a lot professionally, but he's such a good voice actor.
Yeah, just actor in general.
Yeah, just an outstanding actor, which Penn, God love him, is not. Superman, the others. But no, Teller's fucking top notch.
Yeah, that if you haven't listened to Superman, the Others, Penn Sunday School, that is a great. I think that's the episode where he talks about the full body burn as well. That is a classic fucking episode. You have to listen to it. Yeah. But no, when you start the mission, you got Ramsden sort of like, he seems like a bit like one of those sniveling weakling kind of characters which show up in the game. And it's like, you've got to help me find my friend. It's like, okay, this I can't remember the friend's
anything
name
for
now.
you, Teller.
Yeah, but basically, he's being taken by. I'm skimping on the details, but there was one thing about this group that had taken his friend is that the majority of them were the I only referred to them as babies. They're basically little people. And I'm thinking, did they do that because Teller is known as being smaller when he's not really his average? I thought that if that was on purpose, that's pretty funny.
I don't know, because that's certainly the model they used for Terror.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I can't remember what they call them now.
Shanks.
Yes, the Shanks, yeah. So
the Shanks
you had
and the Biters.
All these little guys. The biters, yes. But then as you're looking for the key to his friend's cell, his like demeanor is starting to change a bit. It's like, oh, come on, you can find the key, and like being more helpful and more, together. And it's like, he's gone. Where is he gone? You can find him. He's being sneaky. You'll be able to find him. And it's like just like slowly changing. And that's when I realized Teller's the fucking arsehole in this. He is the bad guy, which they do all the time in these missions. They do the bait and switch. And he keeps on saying, once you get the next lead to find out where this guy is, he'll end it with you're on the blood path now, every time. And it just kept on getting creepier and creepier. And then by the end of the mission, you got a choice to either help out his alleged friend or help out Ramsden to kill this guy, who's not really his friend. He wants to eat his fingers.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does. And see, look, it was Teller, so I was always going to side with him anyway. But the other guy was only going to give me a shield. And I don't need a shitty shield. I'll take the gun any day of the week. And then once you've finished the mission, the whole time, you just hear Teller constantly going, we're on the blood path now. Just like
He just
non-stop. Yeah. And it's so creepy. It's hilarious.
An icon, a legend, we stan.
Yeah. I think that there should be the next Borderlands game. Just have a full character, playable character, voiced by Teller.
I want Ramsden to come back.
Doesn't have to be
I want
Ramsden.
Ramsden. You know what? I will take. Just give me a full character voiced by Teller.
Yeah.
You know, and one by Penn. I mean, that's cool too.
I've already had that experience. We've talked about Saints Row, where I made Penn, and you can adjust the voice. Yeah.
Yep. I tried to do that with Saints Row 3 and I couldn't get it right, and it kept annoying me.
Which one is it? It is Saints Row 3 or Saints Row 4, the president, where you be the president?
4. Because 4 is my favorite game ever.
Yeah, 4 is the one that I did it in.
Yeah.
But this is also pre-weight loss Penn as well.
Yeah.
So the voice is a little deeper, a little gruffer. Of course, the build of the character is different, but they had the ponytail, so I had to choose it. So I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. I think I tried to make Taylor as well, and it didn't come out very well.
Do you ever try and make actual people or characters in video games?
I haven't for a long time. I used to when I played Guitar Hero. I used to be quite good at that because I used to. Who was the two that I made that came out really well? 2 characters from Red Dwarf, the cat and Rimmer. And Rimmer was good because you could do tattoos in it, and one of the tattoos was a letter H. I could put that on his forehead, and I was like, yes!
Yeah, that's too easy. See, whereas I would make the Tongue of Colacab, also known as Wes Borland, from bands such as Big Dumb Face and Limp Bizkit. That is an effort with the makeup and that. Not just a simple letter H. It's using all these different shapes to try and get it looking just right. So, I made some characters in Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Actually, the first character, it was Wes Borland, kind of by accident, in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. It just sort of pieced together to look kind of like, civvies, civilian clothes, Wes Borland. So now when I'd play Tony Hawk games, I would always try and make a Wes Borland looking character.
Nice.
But in Fallout, one of the Fallout games, which I've never really played much of, must have been Fallout 4. Bruce Campbell. I've made Bruce Campbell. Not Ash from Evil Dead, just straight up Bruce Campbell. And I sent a screenshot of it I tagged him on Twitter and said, how's this? And his reply was, it needs more salt and pepper in the hair. So I edited that, of course. But I mean, in sporting games, I've tried to make myself in the past. And as we've discussed, in Tiger Woods, not Tiger Woods. Is it called Tiger Woods? PGA Tour 2K24. My characters just look like scoops by accident, unintentionally.
Yeah, I try not to. I think when I make a character, I make the idealized version of myself, which is a very tall, built dude with my hair and a scar.
Would you dare say Hunky Boy Brogan?
Oh, Hunky Boy Brogan, absolutely.
Yep. In WWE 2K, whatever it is, I think I got it before the last trip to America, and that was the last time I played it as well. I was making the cast of Letterkenny, and my Squirrely Dan is really good. That's the only good one though. The rest are kind of that kind of looks like Derry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think my problem is I don't play a lot of games that have character creators anymore.
What games have you been playing?
I finished Sam and Max. I don't know. You already know, but
was it on the recording where we were talking about Sam and Max and you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing the original Sam and Maxes"?
That must have been last week, I'm sure.
Or was it private conversation? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But
either way, definitely not the original Sam and Maxes.
No, the remake of the Telltale ones.
Yeah. So that just shows age again, which is offensive.
But I've tried to play them before because they had them on streaming on PlayStation Plus, but it was so janky that I couldn't get very far. So this is the first time I've actually properly played them, and yeah, they're freaking hilarious. I love them.
I've never played one. It's along the same lines of like Full Throttle and Monkey Island, I guess. Is it?
Yeah. Point and click. Very aware of itself. Like there is one bit where, so in one of the episodes, because in Telltale game it's got episodes. In one of the episodes, you go to the White House and you're talking to the president, and you have to go in. You go in, you talk to the president, you come out the White House, and the next time you go back in, there's a cutscene that plays like, "Oh, your clones were just in here." It's like, were they going around touching everything and saying every single line of dialogue possible? That's the guys. Our darn clones. What are they like?
Yeah.
So I like that. That's good. But I'm currently playing Danganronpa, which is a stupid fucking name for a game, but it's quite good.
Is it about rompandangas? It sounds like it's two creatures from the Star Wars universe.
Have you ever played the Persona games?
Negatron.
Right. So the basic plot is these kids are all starting at this school, which is like the school for ultimate in your field, like ultimate baseball star, ultimate swimmer, ultimate fanfiction writer. Those are all three categories of people who are in this game. I was
going to say those aren't random. You must have.
Those are not random. Yeah. They go there, and when they go into the school, they're basically stuck there. And the headmaster is this bear thing called Monokuma, which is like half white bear, half black bear.
Oh,
like,
that's the. Sorry. Yeah, I know exactly what game you're talking about now.
Yeah, that one. And
I just didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, the only way to get out of this school is to graduate, and to graduate, you need to kill another student and get away with it. So that's basically what it is you going around, like I've only finished the first chapter where students killed, and you've got to go through, find all the clues, piece it together, and then you go through like a trial, which is, it feels a bit like Phoenix Wright with the whole objection.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is the genre of this game? Because I never know what the genre of like this and Persona are, except for Japanese game.
Persona's probably closer to an RPG. So you've got a bit more free. There's more like battles and stuff in it.
Yeah,
it's a little bit. It's like the best way I can describe it, and this is not helpful to you at all. It's Danganronpa mixed with Pokemon.
Okay.
So. Yep. Persona 5 is an excellent game. I highly recommend it.
Do I need to play Personas 1 through 4 to fully appreciate Persona 5?
Absolutely not. You
what about
don't
on a
have
story
to have
level?
any knowledge.
Okay. Is there recurring characters?
There's recurring
Is it a prequel?
things in the sense that there's the same place, but the fact you don't need to know anything, you don't need to know that it's a recurring place.
Are there any recurring themes throughout the games? For example, would you say...
You're asking me, and I should clarify, I have only played Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, but I'm aware of the earlier Persona games.
So would you say one of the themes in both of those games would be live and learn?
No, actually.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
So it's a kill and forget. Kill and forget.
Resent and remember is probably closer.
Resent and remember. Well, it's usually remember and resent is usually the order.
Yeah, but resent and remember sounds better.
Yeah. All right, I'm batting 50%. Is that how you talk in baseball terms? I'm batting 500, 1,000. I don't know. One of two. Yeah.
Who knows? But certainly that's what I'm playing at the moment. There's the 2 games on there. The third one's on sale, so I'm going to see how well I get on with these 2. If I can finish it before. Thing. But they just released the PlayStation 5 version for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, so I'm excited to play that.
Is that a fighting game or is it like a RPG?
Bit both. It's the full story. It's basically the entire story of Dragon Ball Z.
So most of the game is just like floating in the air, yelling at each other.
You can go around and do extra stuff, do extra missions and stuff, but the main story points are the story points of Dragon Ball, like the fights and certain stuff like that. But it was a pretty looking game anyway. So
anytime I turned on the cartoons in the morning and Dragon Ball Z was on, there was never any fighting. It was just two guys floating in the air screaming at each other. That's literally all it was.
Yeah, for a fighting anime, there's not a huge amount of fighting as there is powering up.
And I will only refer to it as Dragon Balls, like most people.
The only thing, there's 4 separate Dragon Ball series, so you have to watch.
God, that's insane. It's like when people say that, there's more than one Yu-Gi-Oh series. I'm like, oh my God, no, there isn't. There is not. There is only Yu-Gi-Oh, and that is it. I believe in the heart of the cards. Fuck you. The end. But then again, I didn't know that Yamagyugi died, or moved on. That's how much of a fan I am. I don't see anything through. Right, we have to guess how deep into this episode we are because no timer. I didn't even look at the time.
I'm going to guess about 40 minutes.
All right, so this one might go a bit short then, but it's probably time to go into some scoop bag mail.
Ooh, scoop bag mail?
Scoop mailbag. It's the same. No, it's the same thing. Oh, fuck. Why do I do this every time?
Cheese mail bag. Cheese bag mail.
It's because I've been conditioned to say scoop mail. It's not my fault. You know what? This isn't the first thing I've been called out on in the last couple of days. I was also called out on Twitter. I did know this in my heart of hearts, that in Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, that it's humpback whales, not blue whales. I knew that.
Yeah.
But I had blue whales on the mind because I saw a video of a giant blue whale. That was all. That's it. That's all I had to say about that. So anyway, scoop bag mail.
No!
It's because this is from Smitty, and Smitty is a scoop, all right?
Okay.
Let's do it again. It's from the top. 2, 3, clap.
The whole episode's starting again.
Yep, you heard it. Hi, and welcome to Hey Buddy, Nice Podcast. Over there in Scotland, with a bag of confectionery swine, that's Brogan Hastings.
And over in Australia, the pettiest man who ever lived, William Joe Manasseh.
Petty? What are you talking about? I'm big enough to admit my mistake. I'm happy to start from the top.
I was called out because I was wrong, so I'm starting this episode over again.
No, that's not why it's starting again. It's because I messed up. I said scoop.
I'm Australian.
Thank you for at least getting the Australian part in there in the intro.
We're not starting this episode over again. You're going into cheese bag mail.
I believe it's called Scoop Cheese Bag Mailbag. So anyway, man, fuck Ice Cream Social. That's what we got to say. They've conditioned me.
We love you, Ice Cream Social.
They have conditioned me to say scoop in front of any time that it's mail. That's all it is. Cheese mailbag, cheese bag mail. What are we going with?
Either or.
You know what? When I edit this, I might beep out every time scoop is said. Should I do that? Let's take a vote. Let's hear the yays. Nays have it.
Yay! No, I'm going to say yay because I know how much of an effort and pain it's going to be for you.
Well, I'm part of the nays, and being that there are only 2 people in this limited LLC that doesn't exist, we have equal weighting in our votes. Smitty Scoop writes, sorry for the late follow-up to my accent challenge. This is the one I think that was about Mitchell. That we had no idea what it was, yeah. While listening to the pod, I made a list of words that I heard you and or Brogan... Oh, this is addressed directly to me, because it says heard you and or Brogan pronounced differently than I would. I then just made up a sentence that used all those words. That's a good idea.
Nice.
I'm completely in my completely unscientific analysis, it seems that the biggest difference between my American pronunciation and Scottish and Aussie and or Scottish is with soft E and soft I. For example, I thought he just wrote the words and didn't give pronunciation. For example, I say Mitchell and picture, but it says I say Mitchell and picture quite differently than Brogan does. Say Mitchell and picture. Say that's a nice picture of Mitchell.
That's a nice picture of Mitchell.
It is. I photographed it myself. However, I have a friend from Pittsburgh who pronounces both picture and picture and picture. What words am I saying there?
I don't know.
Picture and picture. Identically. Smitty, am I that friend? Because I'm hearing it the same. Pitcher, like a baseball pitcher or a pitcher of milk, and picture, as in a picture, a photo picture. So it would be a picture and a picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
Say picture and picture. Fucking hell. I'm
Picture
trying to
and
say...
picture. Yeah, there's
you
kind
go.
of like a...
There's a little bit different.
I believe, it sounds disgusting, but I believe it's called a glottal stop.
Yeah.
Which is a very Scottish thing to have.
There we go. Such that when we say, should we get some pictures? I don't know if I should smile or order more drinks. That's not a terrible problem, except for the smiling part. I don't like smiling for pictures.
No, you really don't.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. There are many, many pictures of us in Vegas where you're not smiling. My favourite being the alligator bar one, where I'm grinning like an idiot and you're just like behind me like...
That is a good picture. I like that picture. I tried to use that picture. I'm going to stop saying picture. I tried to use that photograph as an example last time I got a haircut. I was like, I'd like to have my haircut like this again, please. And like, oh, you've got a photo. That's great. It's like, cool. Does this help? And they look at it and they just go, no, that doesn't help. What? This is literally a picture of my head with my haircut. What are you talking about? It's not going to help. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for the clarification, Smitty. It has helped us a lot. So obviously we've said Mitchell a few times, so that's why Mitchell was in there. Oh, I think no, it's fine. I thought Zoom was fucking up. Just wave your hand about for me. Oh, there we go. Your face changed. Jazz hands. And the other cheese bag mail is it's kind of going into a accent challenge. We needed an accent challenge anyway, but this is from friend of the show, Chris, the Micro Scoop.
Hi, Chris.
Chris writes. Since Wayne needs preamble to these emails, I hope you are doing well. Now channel your inner Rod Serling. Look it up for this one. Come on. Did you know who Rod Serling was, or did you not know who Rod Serling was?
I'm aware of Rod Serling, but only because of the Twilight Zone.
Thank you. You just brought up Mandela Effect for me, and it is the exact thing. You said Rod Sterling. And I thought it was Rod Sterling. And I thought I'd seen it as Rod Sterling forever, but there is no T. It is just Rod Serling.
Oh. He is American, so I wasn't a kind of person who watched Twilight Zone. So I'm not I wouldn't call it Mandela Effect for me. Just
well, I didn't watch it either, but I knew who he was. I've known who Rod Serling is. From being the host of the narrator, the whatever it is of Twilight Zone. I don't know what the
presenter,
the guy who introduces it. Yeah, the presenter. Yeah. But anyway, that's what I'm going to kill the cheese bag mail music. It doesn't fade out at all, but I'll do that in post. And now we'll play you an audio clip of what we're about to attempt at this accent challenge. So how are we going to do this one? Are we just going to do our accents? Are we going to swap accents? We've done American accents a fair bit, I think, lately. Have we? I don't know.
I don't know. I think because we didn't do one last week, I don't remember. But
see, I think I don't want to do an American accent because I in my heart, I believe I have a good Rod Serling, but after hearing that, I don't think I do. And I said this before. Now after watching the Jordan Peele series, I channel that more now. Doing the voice. So how about we just do our own and swap?
Yeah,
sounds good. All right. Well, I went first last accent challenge, so it was your turn to go first.
Cool. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be looking at this.
No, that's fine. I was just thinking to myself, if I had the music, I could play it, but I don't have the music. But I probably can't use the straight up Twilight Zone music. So there'll be some music playing over this. I don't know what yet, but it's playing.
Cool.
I mean, the audience already knows. The cheese bags know.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, I do my accent, you do your accent, I do your accent, you do mine.
It's a traditional. Right? It's a traditional accent challenge.
That's good. Good. You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, Twilight Zone.
I think after the last accent challenge, it's now tradition to applaud every time.
Yes.
Yep, cool. All right. It is obligatory to clear the throat before doing the reading. You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. Like, come on, where's my applause? Is there a delay?
You captivated me so much.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, and we also must talk about this. I really hoped that Chris was going to win that last accent challenge, but I'm very happy with a 3-way tie. How good was that?
That was hilarious.
That was not a small amount of votes either. That worked out really well.
I'm very proud of Chris. He should have won.
He should have won. He won in deep down in our hearts and our minds.
Yeah.
He captivated us. He captured our souls. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Chris. I'm a better man for having experienced it.
You sure you're not bitter?
No, right. I don't understand. Well, this is something that happens to me all the time, right? It's my own fault. It's a bit, right? It's a bit that I do and that I stick to, commitment, and people assume that it is a true thing about me, right? It's like, for a long time, it was like, oh, don't hug Wayne, don't touch Wayne, he hates it. Like that was a bit, and that's continued. And yes, I can be. Let's call it grumpy, sure, but it's not all the fucking time, is it?
Methinks that Aussie doth protest too much.
See, there's no getting out of it now. So, and when has it been protesting?
This is a bit. This is not real life.
Right, whatever. Go on, do your little Aussie accent.
You get so annoyed with it. I love it.
Chris. I voted for Chris.
Oh, I love winding you up.
See, the problem is I don't know how serious you are. And that is when it does get to me.
I'm just going to leave you hanging on that.
Yeah. Come on, appeal to the people who are going to vote for you anyway. Mm-hmm. Wait, hang on. I've noticed a trend. Uh-huh. There are the people who are going to vote for Brogan every time. Vote strong and vote early, because you always get a killer lead at the start of these.
Yep.
And then it dwindles.
But I usually win, so it's not too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying you get overtaken every time, but that's when, yeah.
I'm trying to think. What was my... It's been so long since I've done an Aussie accent.
No, that's right. You haven't had a keyword in a while. Channel Bluey.
Now I'm like trying to think how this would sound in Bluey's voice. Yeah.
Do it as a Bluey if you like. As a Bluey character.
It's like, I've watched enough Bluey and spent enough time speaking to you that I should have a good Australian accent just now.
You know, I'm really sad now that I didn't do it as Mick Malloy as the plumber in Bluey. Damn it, I
still need to get to that episode. They need to start releasing them on Disney Plus.
Mm.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into the wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. There's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
I know. That was the bit I was thinking about, and I fucked that up. I think it's because I keep seeing videos where people go, "No."
Yeah, it's something that happens when people are doing Aussie accents that it's not a true accent where it's the over exaggeration, and there's some words that you do as that where people are doing it to make fun of it, and that's but that if that is not the true Aussie accent now as perceived by others, what would the true Aussie accent be?
True enough.
There's a conundrum for you. Okay, how Scottish should I go?
As Scottish, follow your heart.
Oh, okay, I will. My heart that has been inspired by Chris the Microscope. Okay. Obligatory. It's a well-known fact, Sonny Chip. You're travelling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. There's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. There were a lot of R's in that, and I did not appreciate it at all.
Yeah. I didn't even notice how many R's there were until I heard you say it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Problem is, I can't do a Scottish accent of non-rolled R's, and I'm not good at rolling R's.
Yeah. And I don't even roll all my R's. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know how to do it. I'll have to watch some game tape and, study my opponent and learn it. Anyway, you all can vote for your winner of this accent challenge, which, I don't think it was my strongest performance. I wouldn't vote for me. If I was voting for anyone on this challenge, I would probably vote for Chris.
Yeah, I would vote for Chris too.
Yeah. But that's...
I feel like Chris should just always be an option.
Yeah. But yeah, check it out on Twitter. It'll be pinned to the top of our page at NicePodBud. So, yep, vote for Brogan, vote for me. There won't be a Chris option, but put in the comments if you think Chris won this one, and we'll tally them up anyway. But look, you can also show your alliance for Brogan or for me by going to nicepodbud.com/store. And we've got shirts. It's I vote for Brogan or I vote for Wayne. But it's not just text. There's little drawings of us. So you can show where your allegiances. What's the word?
Allegiance, I would say.
Where your allegiance lies. Yeah. Oh, follow up on this. Did your mum ever buy the I Vote for Wayne shirt?
She has not, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Not at this time of recording, she has not bought any shirts.
That's fine. I understand. She doesn't... it would be a pretty rude thing to do that and wear it around you.
Maybe she has bought it. Well, no, I would know, because there would just be one sale of her.
It'd be pretty rude, but I'm going to say it'd be pretty baller and pretty funny.
Boss-ass bitch move on behalf of Yvonne Hastings.
One, two, but yeah, you can also talk to Brogan directly on social media channels. That is the wrong button, but we're going to play it anyway.
Yeah.
At 7 billion needles with the numeral 7 and the words billion and needles. No spaces, no hyphens, just 7 billion needles.
And if you're looking for Wayne, it's at Wayne Geo on the socials.
Yeah. Other than that, look, this accent challenge came from Chris, friend of the show, Microscope. That's how you can find him. We like Chris. Chris, we want to have back on the show at some point. We don't know when. Maybe in a couple of months' time. Yeah, that sounds doable. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and having a listen.
And as always, stay fresh, cheese bags.